push their winning streak to 3 games in a row. Can the Chicago Bulls stand up to one of the more high-powered offenses in the NBA today and play as a team to get a victory? We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go and get into the shits for today because it's game day as the Chicago Bulls are facing the Phoenix Suns today in Phoenix, starting a 3-game West Coast trip for the Chicago Bulls out on the road. And this is the first game in that trip. And so this is a team where the Bulls cannot come and take them lightly at all. I talked about it on today's pre-recorded episode. It just comes down to this. The Bulls have to defend. And they have to lock in defensively early in this game. That just is what it is. Throughout a full 48 minutes throughout this game, the Bulls have to play some of the best defense that they've played, and they got to bond together as a team. Yes, they're missing Zach LaVine. Yes, they're missing Torrey Craig. We already know that those guys are going to be out in this game. But specifically the bench really in this game, I'm looking really for how Andre Drummond, Ayo Dosunmu, how they really help set the tone in this game for what they're able to do defensively coming off the bench. You're going to get some Javon Carter and Dalen Terry in this game as well. Whoever's probably playing the best is going to be the ones to really get the minutes, the more minutes in that. But this is important for the Bulls, that bench unit, to really set the tone defensively, rebound well, get steals, those type of things, so that they can get out in transition. That's what's going to help put this Bulls team in the best situation defensively. And the starters can't slouch at all defensively either. They just can't. And a big look out big time in this game for the defense that Alex Caruso and Patrick Williams play at the point of attack at times. But then you're also going to have to look at Kobe White. We're going to need him to really step up big time. DeMar DeRozan, he's had multiple games where he's had 3+ steals. He's going to look to have to do that as well in a game like this. This is going to be important to see how the Bulls stand up throughout this game. They cannot take this lightly at all, because if they lapse defensively, the Phoenix Suns can be one of those teams that get out on a run, and by the end of that run, there's too much separation caused by the Bulls, and they're not able to really rein that back in. So defensively and rebounding is the two things that I'm looking for first, right? Keep them off the offensive glass, and then when you do that and keeping them off the offensive glass, how do you then take advantage with getting out in transition on the offensive side of the ball? Turning defense into offense is going to be big tonight for the Bulls. And then just playing effective offense, playing as a team. This is a team in the Phoenix Suns that if you allow yourself to get out there and some things suck, it's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. So the Bulls really got to tighten some things up, man. And hopefully they can do that and they can get their 3rd win in a row. And get to 1 game below 500 if they can do that. So let's hope that that's the case for this Bulls team, man. I want to see this team come in and perform. I want to see them play really well, and we'll see how it goes, man. But I'm really excited for this game. I think this team is looking really good overall, and I think they got some things that they can definitely do, man. And let's hope that that's the case overall for this team, that they just really play fucking well, man. Just get the job done. Get the job done. Yeah, and that's overall what I hope. Like, of course, Kobe White, DeMar DeRozan, Nikola Vucevic, they're going to be the main ones probably carrying that scoring load. Alex Caruso and Patrick Williams, how they help complement that team as well is going to be important. So and Billy Donovan's coaching. Don't overlook the importance of Billy Donovan coaching a solid game tonight as well. He cannot have one of those games where he gets completely out coached throughout the whole game. The adjustments in this game and making those defensive moments and how you're going to balance out the offense are all extremely important for the Chicago Bulls in this game. Do not overlook the importance of that either. And we'll see what they can do, man. I'm really excited to see what Kobe White does in this game, both offensively and defensively. See if that shot form comes back for him as well, because we know that he can do that. And we'll see what this team can do, y'all. We got Shane in the building, says this is one of those games where DeMar DeRozan has to go off. And not only that, he cannot take any time off on defense. Agree with you on that one. Agree with you. JK is in the building and says, I'm glad this team is fighting without Zach, Lonzo, and Craig. But I know when the postseason comes, we're not going to have enough pieces to compete with those other teams. Well, they said that as well against the Miami Heat. So at the end of the day, it's not always about peace. Yeah. Eventually, you're going to run out of gas if you don't have the depth. But it's also about how you execute as a team, how you execute. And we don't know what's going to happen at the trade deadline yet. We could add some depth, so we'll see with that one. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Hold on, real quick, y'all. All right. But yeah, let's go. Let's see what OTR got in the building. OTR, believe that there's very high chance that we stand pat at the deadline like we did last year. What more can you expect from Acme? Well, I think people like there are reasons, right? The first trade deadline they were here, look at how active they were. The second trade deadline, they had just put a team together. It did not make any sense to be heavily active at the trade deadline in their second season after you just added Lonzo and you added DeMar and you added Alex Caruso and you had added Nikola Vucevic the prior deadline. Then last year's deadline, keep in mind, the market really wasn't there without giving up some of their major pieces. They were looking to add. The Bulls really didn't have a lot of salary. We had the large salary, and then there was a bunch of smaller salaries. Now, could they have aggregated those salaries? Absolutely. But had the Bulls been heavily active at last year's trade deadline, it probably would have included trading Kobe White. And that look if he would have had the season he's had now. So there are reasons for that. I really hate that mindset when and not to come against you, OTR, when people are like, well, they weren't active before, they're not going to be active now. You got to look at the situations behind what they were. Hearing now that the Bulls have been looking and actively are considering moving Lonzo's contract, I think points to they are trying to gauge everything that they can do. Now, that doesn't mean that they're necessarily going to be active, but that does show a added ability or at least attentiveness to seeing what that market is. So I wouldn't say that it's just that you don't make moves every trade deadline, and we got to stop having this mindset of, oh, because they didn't do it before, that means they'll never do it. Situations change, and the situation that this team is right now is in a much different place than what it was last year at the trade deadline. You now have players locked into larger salaries. You now have players locked into more long-term deals, right? You have expiring contracts as well. So I wouldn't agree with that. Oh, just because they didn't do it before doesn't mean they're going to do it now. I wouldn't. Now, I'm not saying for sure that means they're going to. I just would say don't assume that at all either. Anthony Vargas, Bulls played great. Let's see it again. Hey, see red. Hey, let's hope so. Let's definitely hope so. Jordan Love in the building says, let's go Bulls. Coolish JB, I would love to see a win. We don't really do good against this team. What are the keys to win tonight? Just went over that, JB. And I think we've won more games against the Suns than we haven't lately. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong on that. Well, maybe we just won the last one. Flat 3 Studio says, I think this is the game we're going to lose, but a lot of fight would be very welcome. Hey, I can't knock you for feeling that. This is going to be a tough matchup. I really want to say see red and hope our team pulls the dub. But even with the Suns record, Grayson, DB, and KD alone could go off on the Bulls if we don't have our shit together. You can't get caught slipping today. Because if you get caught slipping, they're gonna go on a run, and it may be a run that the Bulls can't bounce back from. Great points from Sydney there. What if once they get to 500, that's all it took? The floodgates open and then they start rolling, winning streaks, etc. That'd be hilarious. That would absolutely be crazy. But that's why I had the video where I'm like, okay, we get to 500. What's next? Right? Because us as fans, we keep looking at this number of 500, but this Bulls team can't allow themselves to get to 500 and think that they've accomplished shit. Because getting to 500 doesn't mean a goddamn thing. Doesn't mean anything. So let's see. We got what's good, Haize. I'm worried that we're catching Phoenix at a bad time with the big three playing really good lately. We're going to need big games from Kobe and DeMar to have a chance tonight. Oh, facts. Absolutely. Absolutely. Excited for the Bears offense, man. I can't wait for the football season to start again. Damn, it's not even over with yet. What? It's crazy. What up, Haize? Let's get a big win tonight. Let's go, Chicago Bulls. Absolutely, bro. What's up, family? The Bulls need to watch D-Book and Durant off the pick and roll. Well, yeah, pick and roll and mid-range. You can't allow them to get going for mid-range. Gordon out. Allen, good luck. Definitely excited for this one. We know Kobe has big games against teams like this. Let's see. I don't even, like I said, I don't care about the big games. Get the dub. I know it was a problem when we can lose him in the offseason, but I believe we should keep him for the rest of the season. Do not get me wrong. I do not want him on the team next season. I mean, DeMar. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, you have to do whatever's best for your team, not just in the present. And sometimes as fans, we can get caught up too much in the present. You have to look at the future as well, at least if you're the front office. So we'll see what happens, man. Reginald Short, what's your opinion on the Malcolm Brogdon rumor? I'm okay moving Zoe, but I'd swap Taylor and a distant second instead of Phillips. I'm not giving up Julian Phillips yet. And don't believe that rumor. There's nothing substantiated about that quite yet. That's why I haven't done a video on it yet. We'll see. I just I think that that's just somebody speculating on something that the Bulls need. And I think it's kind of outdated thinking as well. Brogdon's damn good. Don't get me wrong. But what Brogdon brings isn't really what we're missing on this team right now, not in my opinion. So I take that as somebody just speculating, going through their own thoughts. I don't think it's like an actual type deal or package that's out there. Realistically, what could the Bulls get for moving off Lonzo's contract? I swear to God, if anyone says D'Lo, y'all need to get nut punch. Well, I mean, here's the thing I'm going to say. I'm not saying that D'Lo, but if you're getting back anything for a player that's not performing, and even when they do come back, aren't going to be. I'll tell you what. When Lonzo Ball comes back, if he comes back next season, he's not even going to be as good as D'Lo. So he's just not. You don't come back from being almost 3 years removed from basketball, and you're not going to be that guy. So at this point, if that's what the Bulls do, get, like I said, it's swapping something that you're getting nothing from for something. And so that I can't really shit on that too much. Personally, I can't shit on that too much. As much as I'm not a D'Lo guy, if you're being able to get back that for Lonzo's contract, I can't really crap on it too much. At least you're making a move to try to bring something to your team that can help you now. Random question, Haize. Are your kids mad sports fans like their old man? Any future Bulls or Bears in the pipeline? Listen, I told y'all, once I retire, my son will be taking over the show. Haize, I wouldn't mind if someone took a hard foul and knocked Grayson Allen's ass down. Still can't stand that jerk. Such a dirty player. But you know what? This is the thing. If Grayson Allen was on the Chicago Bulls and never played, like let's say he never played for the Bucks, it never happened with Caruso, you all would love him. You all would love him. Haize, what do you think this team is missing? Everything. I don't know what you're talking about there. Caruso is stretching because he is about to be running around the court nonstop guarding people. Absolutely. Absolutely. LOL, Embiid has 34 points at the half. Well, shout out to that. Just get the dub. Having 34 points at the half, and if you don't get the dub, that's bad. Secure the dub. And they're only up by 4. You scored 34 points and your team's up by 4. Secure the dub. That's all I got to say. Secure the dub. I see Zoe being like Sean Livingston after his injury, 6 points per game, 3 assists, 14 minutes per game over the next 4 or 5 years. Could definitely be a case there. Could definitely be the case that could be it. Man, got to smash that like button. Glad to see you, Haize. What's going on, Eads? Glad to have you in the building as well, brother. But yeah, let's hope that at the end of the day, like I said, I just want to see the Bulls come out here and compete, right? And if they do lose to the Suns, we all know that the Suns are better than the Chicago Bulls. But how do you compete in those moments, right? How do you compete at those times? That's going to be the biggest thing for the Bulls in here. Do they compete? Do they fight hard? Because if they do, things go really well for the Bulls tonight. But you can't overlook it or make you think that it's just going to be easy, because it's not. It's not just going to be easy for this Bulls team tonight. It's not. And so, defensively, coaching wise, adjustments wise, getting out in transition, that's all going to be majorly important for the Bulls tonight. Majorly important. Archangel, I mean, the city of Phoenix is literally named after the mythical Phoenix. Suns are like, our team needs a mascot. Where can we get a cheap ass, creepy looking gorilla costume? That is actually pretty funny. That's actually pretty funny. I get what you're saying about Zoe being fucked up on return, but the absolute last thing the Bulls need right now is yet another guard. We already got 12 of them. If it's D'Lo, just reroute him. I mean, and that's a possibility as well, but here's what I'll say on that. D'Lo could bring something that we need in spacing. I know everybody says guards, but listen, you got to take the best that you can get. And like I've said before, it's about getting the best talent you can get right now for the Bulls. I'm not saying that it fits perfectly. It could be the precursor to another deal, but we'll end up seeing what happens there. What's the significance of getting to 500? I truly don't know, so please don't flame me. That means that you are a 50-50 team, and the Bulls have been below 500 basically since 2022. So that's the significance of it, that we're winning more than what we have. That's really it. Really it. Out Boston, Milwaukee, and Philly. I see Philly as the most beatable. Joel and Max are going to get theirs, but no one else is a major threat. Well, here's the thing, and I'm going to say this about Milwaukee. Milwaukee Bucks are a team that right now is thriving off the fact that they have so much talent, but they aren't playing like a team. And as we know, as you get deeper in the playoffs, it's about how you execute the team concepts. And they are a talented team, but that Adrian Griffin is not a great head coach. He may be a bad head coach. He just has a whole bunch of talent. And I think that as you go forth in the playoffs, I'm not saying the Bulls can get him, but I just don't. I think if you face a team that plays, it especially has a great defensive system, I think Milwaukee can come crumbling, because right now they're winning games off nothing but the pure talent that they have. They aren't playing very well as a team. They aren't executing very well as a team, right? It's not like Giannis and Dame are really feeding off of each other. They are just thriving right now because they are two extremely talented players. And I think you got to figure that out. You have to figure that out. I thought I read something that the Suns are looking to shop Grayson Allen and Najee Little. I don't give a shit. We don't want none of them. They need to come out with a purpose and get out on the fast break. Stand on business. Stand on business. Adam Zari says, if you were BD, how would you shut down the Suns' big three? You don't. You just play solid defense. You're not going to shut them down, but you can force them to have inefficient nights by playing tough, getting out in transition, those type of things. That's what you want to do. Bro, I just heard some dumbass trade Zach for a second. Yeah, that's stupid. That would be stupid. Out of Boston, Milwaukee, and Philly, who could the Bulls take 2 games from? We've always matched up really well against Boston. So, do you think AK will package other players to help move Zach and get a better return? If so, who realistically? Well, it's going to be hard to do that because you got to look at the salaries as well. So I do think that like a Javon Carter could be packaged because the salary isn't huge, but you're not probably packaging more than that. Zach LaVine's contract's already $40 million with a trade kicker involved in that as well. So I'd trade for Bol before trading for Grayson Allen. He's a good player, but shifty fuck person. Fuck that middle-aged looking motherfucker. But I tell you what, Bol sucks. So okay, if you just want bad players. But seriously, does anyone know why the Suns chose a gorilla for a mascot and not a phoenix? I was gonna say something that probably would have come off racist, even though I am black. So I'm not gonna say it just for the nature. I don't want nobody to clip it up. But if you know me, you probably know what joke I was gonna make. Our pace is gonna be key to this game. Well, how we set that tone defensively, I think, is gonna be bigger than the pace we play at. I need Vooch to take less than 2 threes this game. Bro has been bricking bad. Stop taking threes at all. Like, unless you're wide open, don't take a 3-pointer. We did have 1 win each against a full strength Bucks and 76ers team. Yeah, that's cool. What do you say to trading DeMar to the Knicks for picks and expiring contracts? I mean, if that's the best that you can get, right? It's better than having nothing, but it's not necessarily the perfect deal, I would say. Bol is great in your mind. Then you see him playing. You want him off the court, and it was so crazy to me when people were like, "Bol does everything Wemby does." I was like, "Are you fucking stupid? Are you a dumbass?" Like, let's just be clear. Are you a fucking idiot? If you sit there with a straight, if anybody sits there with a straight face and tell, well, now nobody's gonna do it because they've seen Wemby play. But that narrative that started last season, when people were like, "Oh yeah, Bol does everything Wemby does," are you a fucking idiot? In what world? Are you stupid? I know public school is tough in a lot of cities, but are you a fucking idiot? That's literally like, you just got to ask people, like, what the fuck is wrong with you? What breastfeed your kids, people. Breastfeed your kids. See, when you don't, they lack brain development, and then they say dumb shit like Bol and Wemby are the same player. They say dumb shit like that. And then now Haize is flaming him on the live stream. And while Vooch is at it, JC needs to take a nap and wake up after the game. Is wow, that's crazy. Would you rather trade for Austin Reeves and not much else, or Jonathan Kuminga plus decent draft capital? I mean, we're gonna take the decent draft capital and Kuminga because Kuminga has the higher upside. Let DeMar, Kobe, and Caruso handle the 3-point shots in this game. I think you need a little bit more than that. We need Caruso and Booker. Hopefully he doesn't get cooking. Oh, man. It's going to be interesting. It's definitely going to be interesting. KD been low-key backing up Nurkic. The switch going to be a test for Vooch. Listen, I mean, here's the thing. Vooch in a pick and roll, switching heavy defense is always going to be fun to watch in the sense of how bad are you going to get cooked today? How bad are you going to get cooked today? Because that's bad. That's bad. It's just people being casuals. They see a tall, linky motherfucker and align them with each other. Chet and Wemby don't even play similarly, yet people can't stop with the comparisons. People are idiots. People are god-awful dumbasses. And it's like, you are really talking basketball right now, like you saying something, and you're an idiot. An idiot. And I just be looking at people like, man, like, okay, you got it. Like I've really in 2000 towards the end of 2023 and in 2024, I've really realized just the people that you just can't talk sports with. You just can't talk sports with. And I just be like, all right, you got it. I'm so quick to say, all right, you got it to somebody. All right, you got it. I ain't got shit else to say to nothing you talking about because you're an idiot. It's not even worth my energy. I wish Bulls Digest would try to invite me on the show. I'm not reading that fucking DM. Don't send me no bullshit. Don't ask me to come guest on your weak ass YouTube channel. How are you a parody of Inside the Chicago Bulls, which was already terrible? Don't do it. Because all I'm going to do if I get on your platform, I'm just going to flame you. I'm going to flame you and your three chins and wonder why the hell you talking about my team. That's what I'm going to say. And I can't do it. I wonder if Stacey King uses your analogy during tonight's broadcast. I mean, it is what it is. Stacey's my guy. If he does, it is what it is there. D-Dub in the building says, Haize, I hope Billy primarily keeps P. Will on KD. Last couple times we played Phoenix, I remember Caruso was on KD too much, and KD was shooting over him all day. I mean, hey. Do you think we'll see Phillips this game? I don't think he traveled with the team, did he? Maybe I'm wrong. I feel all the trade packages I see for Zach are just ridiculous. I feel like we lose all the trades that we will do as the NBA doesn't value Zach and what he brings. But with the right point guard, he's an all-star. I mean, listen, I get what you're getting at in that, but you're not going to get equal value. That's just it. You're not going to get one singular player that is as good as Zach LaVine in the trade. You're probably not. You got to look at what you're looking at is getting the depth there, right? And maybe some picks. So Bulls Digest is the best channel, bar none. Shout out to Joey Mercer. First of all, Delbert, listen, I understand, bro, that you got dropped a couple of times. No one loves you, and you have yet to touch a woman's actual breast. But listen, just because Joey Mercer is shaped like a titty, like his body is shaped like a titty, doesn't mean that he's an actual woman. Get off his teeth, bro. Get off the teeth. Imagine there's a bunch of moves made around the league, and all we get is Grady Dick. Bulls Digest would shout, Bulls got dick. Wow. That's crazy. That's crazy. Bulls Digest looks like the only thing he digests is full sticks of deep fried butter. Wow. That's crazy. Haize just cut the stove on straight cooking. I ain't even say nothing. This is what happens when you don't eat your veggie, kids. You grow up to be a stupid motherfucker acting like you know ball, but really you just talking out your ass. AKA, like, listen, does Joey Mercer not look like an anus? Like, he looks like an asshole if we're able to talk. Joey Mercer looks like Pizza the Hut from Spaceballs. Like, that's literally what Joey Mercer looks like. And so it's crazy. It's really crazy. It's wild. It's wild. In reality, it's like, come on, man. What are we doing here, bro? Why do you look like that? What happened? What happened? That's crazy. That's wild, man. That's wild. You're a roaster. I'm not even roasting anybody. Like what? I'm just saying facts. This isn't even a roast. I am just saying facts. Only way we get the same value for Zach is if we include Kobe, Zach, and Caruso as the main pieces. LOL. We aren't doing that. And then at that point, you're not getting equal value. Oh man, keep seeing these rumors on Malcolm Brogdon and the Bulls. No way. Yeah, it's nothing there. It's nothing there. Let this man cook. That's funny. Listen, I'm telling y'all, and then the motherfucker be so close to the camera. Like, it's really like, come on, bro. Like, you can't be ugly and have the camera that close to your face, bro. Like, what are we out here doing? Have some camera etiquette, bro. Like you can't be ugly and close to the camera, and you sound like you just got like he literally sounds like Baby D when he be talking. Guys, this is wild. The Bulls they're trading for, and you guys got to make sure you follow the channel because my dog's looking at me like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Like, come on, man. You don't bring weak Bulls content creators my way. Don't do that, man. Don't do that. That's not what we doing here, man. That's not what we doing here. That's not what we doing here. He looks like an anus, bro. Gender killed me, making me choke on a cup. Bro, he looks like a talking anus, bro. Like, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. Like, it is what it is. I just call it like I see it, bro. Like, it's wild, bro. It's crazy. It's really crazy. It's really crazy. Is Batum really shooting 45% from 3 on 8 shots per game? Damn, we could use some of that. Is he that? He can't be because he was shooting terrible percentage unless he started firing it up. I need to start back getting the G League videos out. I've been so goddamn busy with Bear shit. Like, I've been really, really goddamn busy with Bear stuff. Like, it's taken so much of my time already this month. Like, it's just so much Bear stuff. Let's see what Ernalot Batum is shooting. So on the season, Ernalot Batum is shooting 44% from 3. He got that. He was shooting 25% from 3 earlier. That's crazy. Shout out to Ernalot Batum. Mike Jones says, Haize, I need some advice on podcast stuff. Can I DM? Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Dalen Terry lead the Bulls franchise in air ball so far. Oh, no. We had Marquise Teague on this team. We had Marquise Teague on this team and Denzel Valentine. He can't have passed them up yet. He couldn't have passed them up yet. Listen, Joe Kim didn't shoot the ball bad. It just was ugly. That's it. Obviously, listen, there's no way that a talking anus is better than me. It's just not. It's not. It's not. It's not possible, bro. It's just not possible. So, it is what it is, man. It's just you got to understand the place that you're in. And like, we already got rid of inside the Chicago Bulls, and then this motherfucker want to pop up, and it's like, come on. Matter of fact, listen, I'm gonna go ahead and call Joey Mercer. We're gonna get him on the show. I want to hold on. Joey's coming now. Shout out to Joey Mercer for coming through the show. We appreciate you for going ahead and coming through, man. I appreciate what you're doing on Bulls Digest, Joey. I want to know what do you want the Bulls to see? What do you want to see the Bulls do at this trade deadline? Well, Haize, I would like to see the Chicago Bulls trade Zach LaVine for a double-decker pizza with double stuffed crust, and I need you to take my hot wings, and I need you to toss those hot wings in honey mustard. And that's what I want to see you trade Zach LaVine for. Shout out to Joey Mercer for taking the time out for coming through Chicago Bulls Central, man. We appreciate Joey Mercer for going ahead and showing some love to the channel, man. We appreciate you so much, bro. Like, you mean the world for coming through, man. I appreciate that, man. Listen, he's a okay guy, man. He's really an okay guy. I be trying to tell y'all, man, he's an okay guy, man. He's really an okay guy. He's an okay guy. Mr. Roosevelt, why did you do that? Man, I don't know. I don't know what happened, bro. I don't know what happened. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. That's wild. Phoenix only has 24 wins. Yeah. Yeah. What are they, 24 and 18, something like that, I think. Keep in mind, they started off really rough this season. Yeah, they're 24 and 18. Look at that. That was right off the dome. You picked up right where inside the Chicago Bulls left off. That's exactly what they did. Exactly what they did. JK says, "Oh hell no, I'm sick. I can't breathe." Hey man, I hate I had to do it to him, Mo. I hate I had to do it to him, Mo. Like I don't know what to say, man. I really just been my big brother Spicy Butter in the building. It's his little bro today. My birthday, big 52, ready for my Bulls. Would enjoy a win. Hey, bro, shout out, happy birthday to Spicy Butter. Happy 52nd, bro, man. Glad that you've been able to celebrate another year, man. And hopefully the Bulls can get a dub, man. Hopefully the Bulls can get a dub. It would be a sad and scary day to hear a talking anus. What good could they possibly have to say? Hey, he be talking that shit. He be talking that shit. That's it. He be talking that shit. He also picked up all the snacks at the gas station. That's crazy. That's wild. Let's see if they got these starting lineups out. That's crazy. I can't believe y'all came in here and roasted Bulls Digest like that. That's crazy. That's just rude. Why would you do that to a fellow creative? Like that. I really expected better from y'all. I really did not expect y'all to really be roasting that man like that. Like leave that man alone, bro. He's just trying to out here living, bro. He's just trying to be out here living, man. Like that's it, bro. That's it. That's it. What do you think P. Will do against Durant? I have no idea, bro. I'm not even going to come in here and act like I got some super amazing thing to tell you that they're going to do. I don't know, man. I hope that they can just figure it out, bro. Don't say roast. He may hear you and think you mean chicken. That's hilarious, bro. That's wild. That's wild. That's crazy, man. You Haize of all people talking about leave that man alone, bro. Leave that man alone. I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. I'm just here having a pregame show with my family. That's it. That's all I'm here to do, man. I just I don't know nothing else, man. Just nothing else. Just never talk to Anus after Taco Bell or White Castles for that matter, because that could definitely become a shitty situation. Definitely could become a shitty situation. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's wild, man. Shout out to Joey Mercer for coming through the show, though, man. It's not often that we get to have a celebrity come through, man. That's crazy. Has JDH been with Bull Digest yet since JDH? Wow. Are you scared Billy will send Javon to guard Durant when resting Pat? Listen here, bro. Come on. Nobody could be that stupid. Nobody could be that stupid. Okay, let me stop before my petty thoughts come. Hey, listen, we talk casters, bro. Shitty podcasters. That's crazy. That's crazy. What? That's wild. That's wild. Bulls Dodgers looks like a fart for what? Okay, all right. Wow. See, why y'all being so petty, man? We just here to have a pregame show. We're here to talk about our Chicago Bulls. We're here to have some fun, chill, enjoy it. Like, why y'all keep talking about that, man? That man out here trying to live. He is fighting for his life. Every one button at a time. One button at a time. Could you imagine that man having to wear a button-down shirt? Imagine the stress that those buttons have to go through. Imagine the stress that those buttons have to go through. That's just crazy, bro. Could you imagine him putting on a tie? Could you imagine that? Could you imagine him cutting on the tie? That's crazy, bro. That's wild. All jokes aside, bro, Haize, you clearly have the best Bulls channel. I just beat you. Oh, you already know. I know we family, bro. I appreciate that, man. I listen. I won't say that we're the best until we get to number one, but listen, we damn good. Like I said before, it's a tall test to be better at Haize than what we doing, bro. It just is. It just is. Nice in the building. Shout out to Nice, bro. Are we cooking tonight or are we getting cooked? A bit of both. A bit of both. We'll see how it ends up going. A bit of both. Bulls Dodger's been digesting his own thoughts. You would have thought he'd starve to death by now because that motherfucker don't think about shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. Haize, you better quit. She gonna get shot. Like, listen, he will get shot. Keep fucking around. Fuck around and find out. Fuck around and find out, and you will get dealt with. You can get shot around here. That's all I can say to that. Bulls digested Dashing Donut and Biggie Bagel. That's crazy. Pizza Bagel face looking ass motherfucker. Haize needs to collab with Kenny Beecham and watch his sub count go crazy. Listen, I doubt Kenny Beecham knows who the fuck I am. So here's what I'm going to tell y'all. If you guys are on Twitter, y'all go and tag Kenny Beecham and tell him he needs to rock with Chicago Bulls Central. Y'all know my tag. If you're on YouTube, go over to his recent YouTube video and tell Kenny Beecham he need to fuck with Chicago Bulls Central. That's it. That's all you got to do. So listen, y'all want to see the collab happen just like y'all made Stacey King happen. You got to go and tell him. So that's all I can say on that one. You got to go and tell him. Now me and Stacey King talk all the time. Y'all made that happen. You got to go and tell him. That's all I'm going to say. The real Chirac Savage came out of you just that fast. Hey, listen, I'm not playing with that shit. Two things I don't play with. Just like everybody knows. You talk about showing up to my house, you're getting shot. You getting shot. Marvin in the building says, tough game tonight, guys. Let's see. Where you been at, bro? You ain't left a voicemail all season. Where the hell Marvin the motivator been at, bro? Like, it's been weird without you. I hope you're doing well, bro. I hope your family's doing well. We miss you, bro. Like, shout out to Marvin, man. Listen, I that really just brightened up my day. I'm not even gonna fuck with you on that one. That just brightened up my day to see Marvin in this chat, man. Marvin's one of the OGs. Marvin will tell you, Marvin was in the trenches. We talking about when we were doing pregame shows with 20 people. Marvin was in the trenches with us. Marvin was with us shooting in the gym. So that really just made this whole pregame show just made that all worth it, man. Shout out to Marvin, man. Shout out to Marvin. Man, I don't feel good about this game at all, but I'm sure as hell hope that they played how they did against the Jeasleys. The Jeasleys. That sounds mad. Never mind. The Grizzlies. I know you're talking about, but bro, this is gonna be such a fun game. I don't know why when the Bulls play West Coast teams, sometimes it's the game of the year style. Maybe I'm just thinking about when D Rose dunked on Dragic. Man, that's such a classic Bulls moment, man. That is literally such a classic Bulls moment. Is when that dunk. That was crazy, and it made Goran Dragic never play defense again in his life. He literally never wanted to even risk getting dunked on again after that happened. Starters out, same guys you expect: Kobe White, Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic. That's your starting five for the night. Let's see how they do. Let's see how they perform. Hopefully they just take care of business. That's it. Stand on business, take care of business. Stacey King made that moment so damn special, not gonna lie. He absolutely did. Absolutely did. Man, no, listen, I love Adam Amin and Stacey King together. Do not get me wrong. We still have the best commentary team in the NBA, but there was something special about Neil Funk and Stacey King, bro. Like it will never be matched, not even by Adam Amin and Stacey King. And I'll tell you what, though, whenever Stacey King does retire, because he has talked about it several times. I don't know if you guys remember when Corey Maggette called that preseason game. Corey Maggette may be the next one up. Corey Maggette was really, really good when he stepped up for the commentary, man. I don't know what happened, but I left a voicemail for this game. You did? When'd you leave it? Because I recorded the episode at like 6 a.m, so you left it after that. I didn't get it. Oh, I see. I don't think I played any voicemails in this episode. And you sound like you're talking through. Are you in prison, Marvin? You sound like you're talking on a prison telephone. But yeah, I got you on the next one, bro. I got you on the next one. Went to Bulls Digest real quick to see who y'all were talking about, and damn, that boy was breathing. I'm telling y'all, him and Kendrick Perkins be breathing on the mic harder than anybody I know, bro. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. Yes, bro. Zach LaVine is out for 1 to 2 weeks. You're not gonna see his name for a while there, brother. It ain't gonna be the same when Stacey goes, man. He always comes up with the funniest shit. Then he's like I said, he's already talked about it. He almost retired when Neil Funk retired, but then he decided to stay on. Listen, cherish these moments. I wouldn't be surprised if in 5 years Stacey King may decide to go ahead and hang it on up, but we'll see. We'll see, man. Hope he stays around for forever because Stacey King is great. He's the OG, man. Love what Stacey King brings to commentary. But yeah, so hey, let's hope the Bulls can take care of business tonight, man. Late game. Thursday's game is even later. Doesn't Thursday's game doesn't start till 9:30 Eastern and not 10:30 Eastern, 9:30 Chicago time. We about to be in this bit till 1 o'clock in the morning for a post-game show on Thursday. I really hope y'all stay locked in, man. Really hope y'all stay locked in for that. Neil Funk is a Chicago Bulls legend. All those classic radio calls. Absolutely. Absolutely. Marvin said, "Oh, come on, Haize, bro. I'm just messing with you, Marvin. I am glad to have you back, though, bro." Damn, bro. Bulls Digest just dropped a new video a few seconds ago about Bulls content creators. No, he didn't. He's not that stupid. Like, let's just be clear here. You can't be a terrible Bulls content creator and drop a video about Bulls content creators. He'd never do it. So it's not going to happen. Let him keep doing his dumbass thumbnails with, this is crazy. This will change everything. This is just, hey, man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I really want the Hornets announcer and State. You want the Hornets announcer and Stacey King to do some shit together. That would be hilarious. It is Stacey or Stacey. It's E with the E. Chris Carvinio says, "Yo, Haize, would you hate it if we got Daniel Gafford back?" At that contract, probably. At that contract, probably. We just keep Andre Drummond. Davin Winslow says, "I'm not going to say Joey, but just try to eat because he already looked full, but I'll give him an E for F." That's crazy. That's wild. That's crazy. OTR says, "I remember as a kid hearing Derrick Rose can go upstairs. I've been cherishing them forever." Hey, man, that's such a special moment. Bulls Digest is horrible. I listened to half a video and knew at the moment he should make videos for the Detroit. That's funny. That's hilarious, man. That's crazy. Crazy. Huge update. It's rumored that the Chicago Bulls. How's that an update? Didn't shit happen? But all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get ready to wrap it on up. We'll be back at the halftime hangout, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central. Make sure you guys are following the show at Bulls Central Pod. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns. BullsCentralPod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We are the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related, thanks to you guys. And like I like to end every episode on, Bull Digest sucks. No, go Bulls, see red. Love you guys. Peace, y'all.